Welcome to Washington and the final piece to the puzzle. The East Regional Final, the 1 and the 2 seeds about to meet Michigan State and Duke. Who will join Texas Tech, Virginia, and Auburn in Minneapolis next week? Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery, Tracy Wolfson. Here we go. We're down to 5 teams with a chance for the championship. We've been looking forward to this game, if it would happen, since Selection Sunday, and there are a lot of stars that are going to be on this floor, starting with Zion Williamson.
Duke finally has a player who can do everything, and he can. Terrific with the ball, 3 points, post up, anticipation and steals on the defensive end.
And Raf, for Michigan State, it's all about Cassius Winston, their best player. He's the stabilizer. He does everything. He's their version of Jim Nance.
I hope that's a good thing. Hey, Tracy Wolfson with some late news before tip.
Thanks a lot. Cam Reddish said he tweaked that left knee on Thursday. That's what kept him out on Friday. He did practice yesterday. He looked fine in warm-ups, but I was told, as you can see, he is dressed, but he will not start. Alex O'Connell gets the start. He is available, though, to play. Jim?
Okay, Nick Ward, you might recall, re-injured that hand that he fractured late in the season, but it's a bone bruise, and he is going to be available and will play for the Spartans. As you see the starters here for Tom Izzo's Michigan State Punch, Coach K's Duke Blue Devils, and here we go. Down to 2 teams to finalize the plans for the Final Four. And we're going to have 2 first-timers next week in Minneapolis. Texas Tech and Auburn heading to the promised land for the first time ever. Virginia, of course, last night, that epic win in overtime against Purdue. Sermons, Kimball, Gaffney, the officials, and let's get it started. And it's tipped and controlled. Bill Raftery by the Blue Devils.
Jim Nance, Grant Hill, right now the Spartans go. Another toss here.
And up ahead, they push it up. Goings with the dunk!
And Michigan State has been having terrific starts. A little fumbleitis early, Grant.
And conversely, Duke has struggled in their last 3 games, getting out the gate, starting fast. Can't turn the ball over against this Spartan ball club. They're so good in transition.
Explosive starts indeed for the Spartans against LSU and Minnesota, the last 2 outs for them. And there's a shot inside. It bounces out for Barrett.
Now that's a good sign, though, getting it that low. Normally he'd convert that. Nice pump.
Wade gets blocked off the floor with it. Tillman, he knows they're right behind him, ready to defend it. So he goes back outside. McQuaid now will shoot the 3. Well short. O'Connell on the run.
He got racked pretty good, McQuaid.
Barrett fires it. Back to the rim for him. Taking the first 2 shots for the Blue Devils.
It'll be interesting, though. Henry does on one end, O'Connell on the other. O'Connell, very good shooter, struggled a little with that nice little slip and bang!
Delorier takes it on the feed from Barrett, who comes off a double-double performance. Does RJ with points and assists. Double-double.
And Jim, it'll be interesting when Winston gets a nice little slip pass.
Goings, the 3 is long. And Jones up ahead to Zion Williamson.
Speed and power.
Got to form a wall when Williamson is in transition.
A big wall.
He whips it over to fellow freshman Barrett.
I like to see Williamson on the block. He's roaming for the 3 right now.
Feed the corner. Good pickup by O'Connell on a tough pass. Jones with 7. Winston on him. In the paint. Turnaround. Short.
Solid defense there. Cassius Winston on Trey Jones. Transition defense is going to be a must here for Duke.
Wade driving in. There's a whistle on the shot on O'Connell.
And Jim, you can see the scatter report. They were out by McQuaid, so he's putting it on the deck. I think he got banged pretty good earlier when he went to the rim. He's not used to this contact. He likes to float around the 3-point line.
He's actually improved a lot off the dribble this year. Known most as a shooter, now capable of getting to the basket and to the free throw line.
Speaking of not fooling around, Coach K is going to 2 minutes and 1 second into the game, going to bring Cam Reddish onto the floor.
Well, that's a good sign. A healthy Cam Reddish, a nice round of applause. That's that ingredient outside that they need.
He's so important, their best 3-point shooter, a solid weapon. So him being healthy gives them a better chance here against this great ball club, Michigan State.
Second shot for McQuaid. He misses them both after having made his previous 14 at the line.
Two-man game with Barrett and Williamson. So effective, the 2 best players on the same side of court, screen and roll.
Zion And his foot was on the line. Reddish lost his place.
Did you see how Michigan State closed the gap? Zion trying to turn the corner, a little help from Cassius Winston there. So much awareness for his speed and quickness, but you haven't seen it in person.
Right, you can't imagine.
Can't prepare for it.
I still like to see him down on the block, though, Jim. Use his power game. Loosen him up, get some easy ones, maybe get to the free throw line.
Henry, who was a star on this floor Friday night with a career-high 20, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And McQuaid is off the mark short. It was online. Up ahead, pass, Barrett. Tries to save it, doesn't. It goes to the Spartans, who feed it back and forth. Winston over Reddish.
Well, look at them attack the glass. That's their mantra.
Winston short with the 3. They're getting the looks. Not hitting the shots.
And here's that little ball screen, Grant, we talked so much about. They screen and rescreen quite a bit.
An open look for Goins. He passed. But McQuaid drives baseline for 2.
Has a really solid ball fake, shot fake, McQuaid, knowing people are going to bite for that shot. Getting so much better, getting to the basket like on that last play.
Missed their last 6 from the floor before that make. Williamson long from the side, and the Spartans push it ahead again.
That makes it easier for Tillman to defend. Look at this little kiss. Look at them at the boards, though. They just run the floor and are relentless. Mike Krzyzewski up early, not real happy with the recovery, the transition.
Xavier Tillman with the putback attempt. He got a second crack at it as he dominated inside. 6-2 Spartans.
If they don't put Williamson on the block, Tillman will have the night off.
Reddish.
There you go.
There's Zion with the putback dunk.
That's where you got to dominate, big fella.
And Tillman did everything right. He boxed him out. Zion Williamson just jumped a little bit higher. Wow.
They were pinned down. They played really, they worked hard yesterday getting him shots. Winston with a clean look here.
That's a 2. Foot was on the line.
I like taking Winston off the ball, let him come off those screens. Trey Jones, one of the best on-ball defenders. Tom Izzo's so smart to mix up Winston in different ways.
Curl.
Reddish again, back over to Barrett. Zion lost it. Henry tried to save it. His last touch by Duke. Good start for the Spartans again. It's what they've done in this tournament. 8-4 at the first break here at the East Regional Final. Matt McQuaid, the senior out of the Dallas area, Duncanville. He's gotten a lot of looks early in this game.
And what they did yesterday, they worked real hard. This is his penetration. You know he can shoot, so he's going to put it on the deck. But they get him involved a little bit. I think after the Minnesota game, and look at this. You think he's revved up and ready? Woo! Both coaches. With their combined win total, you know, amongst the 3 of us, we probably have about 1,600 wins. I got about 20 of them, and the other 2 of the rest. Amazing careers they've had, but McQuaid just really more assertive.
Here he is getting it on the wing, dumping it down low to Ward, who's in for the first time. Backing in on Delorier, flips it and gets it.
And Raph, he'll have a big role in this game here because inside, his size and his strength and touch so important, establishing him early.
Duke just 2 out of 7 from the field. Already turned it over 4 times.
They're going opposite as Williamson posts. They got to get in sync a little bit.
Williamson trying to split Bitters, gets free, misses the shot and the putback, and this time's fouled by Ward on his 3rd try.
That second jump. And that move.
Springs. Look at this, though. There's lingerie down there, Grant. And there's that 2nd and 3rd. Incredible. And he's not, you know, going up there with about 180 pounds either.
He'll shoot a couple. He's been averaging 27 points a game since returning from the knee injury that kept him out 3. Coming off 23 points in the thriller against Virginia Tech, the ACC Player of the Year.
And he's been spectacular since he came back. The only troubling area, 53% from the free throw line since he's come back from that injury. Knocks it in right there.
Up ahead quickly.
Don't get back.
McQuaid dunks it right in front of Delorier.
Wow.
Okay,
was that impressive? Nice slip. Go strong. There you go. How about McQuaid? Is he into this game? Here's that relentless push. They get plenty of time on the shot clock because of it if they don't get an easy one early. Horns to a high-low. They're excellent dumping it down if Ward posts up. Here he is.
Wade with 10 to shoot. Back down to Ward. He's won this matchup already once. Now they double team him. That's Henry. Past the open look.
I think Reddish may have gotten a piece, do you?
Yeah, great length there. Closeout by Reddish. I think he got a block.
Zion to RJ. No go. And again, the Spartans look to run it.
And Ward goes right. He uses that screen when Ward runs.
I think Ward has the advantage inside on Delorier. 20, 30 pounds.
Physically, yeah, you're right. Well, post rubs.
Quaid trying to set it up for Ward. Hit backing in and getting a second bucket.
Well, nobody doubling or raking even.
Well, Marquise Bolden set to check in the game for that lineup, that matchup against Ward. Laurier just too little against the strength of Ward.
It's early, but it matches Duke's biggest deficit of the tournament, down in the first half early against North Dakota State by 7, as they are right now.
They got to get a little rhythm, though. Oh, outstanding still, and no post up. Here he comes.
Oh, boy. Wow. Took on the fifth-year senior, and that explosive move and first step. Freedom for the dunk.
He doesn't want to be known as a dunker. He doesn't have to apologize to me.
And Dorier, a little too close. Draws the call. AT&T takes us above the rim.
And Jim, that wasn't a first step. That was a first blur right there. Just went right by the Goins and got bumped a little bit as well. But his explosiveness, his quickness, and his skill. We forget about the skill right there. Nice little crossover and finish. He gets a step on you. Watch out.
Another freshman on the floor for Michigan State, Gabe Brown. He had his season high 15.
That's all right. He didn't catch it on one side. The lines are not in play. Mike's saying he did.
Keep an eye on number 13. Here he is, 15 in the game against the other day against LSU. Winston. What a rebound. And Tillman, who's been big on the offensive glass at the start.
Well, it's the breakdown, letting Winston in the lane. What'd you say? There's an old man's game? He didn't smile when you said that. This is more like it, though. Make them come and help.
Reddish, their best three-point shooter. And Brown with the long rebound for Michigan State.
Played with Williamson. If he overhelps, he may get the jump shot.
Nearly stolen by Jones. Got a hand on it.
McQuaid can go back to Texas if he takes him. Talk about it. He does.
Wade's jumpers back to the rim. Off the floor with it, Jones. Great hustle up ahead now to Zion.
Got to pinch him, force him to the middle.
He'll take the three. Duke 0 for 5 from out there.
Nice pass.
Inside for Barrett.
Pretty look, huh?
Hey, Jones always makes the simple play, usually the right play. Did on that last one.
Look at this play defensively. He's great with steals.
Took it away from Tillman. Now,
same hand.
Wiggle, and he got stuck. That's a travel. Back in Washington, let's take a look at enhanced stats developed with Google Cloud. As you see, Duke, as far as defensive rebounding, by the way, Michigan State's hit the glass hard with 5 offensive rebounds so far.
And Jim, Tom Izzo's all about toughness, and his bigs are expected to play tough. Tonight they're doing that on the glass, extra effort. That's Spartan basketball at its best. Duke having some trouble. 5 offensive rebounds by Michigan State.
And as always, at the big event, look who comes to support his school.
He's amazing.
He is amazing.
Shows up every place. And you know, one of the things about being young, which I haven't experienced in a number of years, is you don't think you have to check out and rely on individual ability. So Duke's really got to put a body on these guys, stick them. Rush screen, ball screen. Nice little show by Bolden.
Goins back on the floor.
Nice defense by Reddish. Quick feet.
Henry with 2 to shoot.
He doesn't. He does.
Got it away and it hit nothing.
And that's the value of a Cam Reddish, a healthy Cam Reddish there. Henry improved, confidence high, but Reddish sliding his feet, forcing a turnover on that shot clock violation.
Tracy?
Jim, during that first timeout, Mike Krzyzewski brought his team over and he said those first 4 minutes were horrible. He said, we are the most poised team in the country. Let's start playing that way. Then during that second timeout, he said much better, but we are still not who we are. We need to rebound the basketball. It's going to be a war on the boards.
Here's Barrett. It's the first 3 of the game for either side.
He had a good look before, didn't go down. He's stepping up their defense a little bit right now. Nice show. Bolden twice now has jammed them up.
Henry nowhere close to the start he had the other night. Looks a little bit lost early in this game. The freshman for Michigan State out of Indianapolis.
Nice collective defense.
They pin him. He goes outside the Goins. And Reddish gets hit in the head by Gabe Brown.
And the length and speed of Duke, their perimeter defense causing all types of confusion and problems on that last possession for Michigan State. That's the kind of effort Duke basketball Coach K wants, and these young guys can defend and have done that all season.
A little poise right now, huh?
Brown goes out, McQuaid returns. First 5 for Michigan State, now intact on the floor.
I love that little play when he curls. He's so good at that. And how do you get around if you tag with Williamson being the bulk? Wide look, you don't get back, you pay.
McQuaid makes them pay indeed.
Winston just gives it up at the right time, right spot.
Jones, beautiful move. Little finger roll for 2.
And a nice job holding off. Hold it.
And that's going to be on Zion, his first. Headed to Minneapolis. Download the Final Four app presented by AT&T to help you plan, enjoy, and share the excitement of the weekend. Available for iOS and Android. Jack White comes on for Duke, and Williamson to the bench. O'Connell, who started, is also returning to action.
And White can bite you with the 3. I know he had that struggle mid-season. He can add a little dimension. As we mentioned, O'Connell, very good outside shooter.
O'Connell takes the spot of Reddish.
That's where Jones becomes important. Drive, draw, maybe find somebody stepping into a 3.
Here's a floater. Winston short. Again, another offensive rebound by Tillman. Squeezes the ball back outside.
They were looking for McQuaid. This is not a good outside shooting team right now. It's got to penetrate.
Winston with his runner for 2.
Just always composed and under control, excuse me. Winston taking advantage of that mismatch, but second opportunities there, offensive rebounds, Duke has to block out to finish the possession.
Over the top to Bolden.
A push from behind, yep. Tillman.
And he does have an old man game, and I mean that with all due respect. Takes his time, uses the little push right there. Nice little floater in the paint. Cassius Winston doesn't overwhelm you with his speed and his quickness, but has a great feel and understanding of how to play.
I've been a victim of your age bias, too.
That's first on Tillman. 3 team fouls each. As we approach 8 minutes to go in the first half.
I like Barrett's attitude today. I think he's more in tune to the game.
Here's White with the 3. Someone from Michigan State got a hand on that one. As Winston goes back out high. Dump it into the paint. Ward likes this matchup, but goes up too strong. And as Jones, who's on the spot, picks up the loose change. Now driving, cradles it. And knocked out by Henry. Under 8. Michigan State has not trailed in this one, led by as many as 7. Here are the numbers at the 7:43 to go in the first half mark. Zion 2 out of 6 from the field and a couple of turnovers.
And in transition, you have to form a wall. He's so good, so explosive. Michigan State doing a pretty good job, but in the half court, you must be alert. He's crafty. Oh, yeah, and he's explosive. Great first step. Easy basket right there. Michigan State doing a pretty good job, but you can't slip up with Zion Williamson. He's always attacking, putting the pressure on the defense.
Well, he's back in action after sitting for 1 minute and 14 seconds. He had played every single second of the last 2 games, as had Trey Jones in those nail-biters against UCF and Virginia Tech.
Nice job by Goins on that duck in.
There's Barrett.
This kid, tell you what, he can step it up deep, mid-range, put it on the deck.
It makes it look easy.
He does very smooth. Nice little roll.
Ward. Great defensive job on Ward as Delorier stood his ground, and Barrett came over to help out and pick it up. Now Reddish slashes to the hole, and he is fouled. Looked like a certain 2 at the other end down low with Ward.
And this was a tough catch, too. They did a nice job taking away vision outside and collective. Terrific reaction on that end.
And Ward at the other end gets whistled for his second.
And Duke looks like a little more going on the offensive end now.
Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. They have to bring in Tillman, put Ward on the bench with the 2 fouls, and now Reddish could give Duke its first lead of the game.
And now Duke, with this lineup out here defensively, can switch everything. Michigan State likes to do pick and roll. Duke will switch and have Zion and their big try to guard Winston in those situations.
You'll see more screens because of that out front.
For that
and rescreen.
Before that free throw, Michigan State had led its last 82 minutes of action. Look at McQuaid. Giving it up in the paint. Goins. Good look. Shot doesn't go.
Everything is challenged now. Duke really doing a nice job defensively. Empty side again. I like this. Get him to the box to rebound. There you go.
Williamson puts it on the floor once and backs it in.
One power. Ooh, they got 5 against 4 if they run.
Last 6 points to the Blue Devils.
Mismatch here.
And another runner is off the mark. Pulled down by Williamson.
Once he can't complain, getting a good look. Don't settle now.
Reddish on the board with a 3.
Woo. Somebody must have blessed that knee.
Well, Cam Reddish is hitting shots. Duke is dangerous. Coming out here, moving well, playing with confidence. I'm impressed with his defense, though. That's the real sign of a healthy knee.
This is where they've stepped it up, Jim, on this end, Duke. A lot of dribbling.
Way off. And Reddish, who's hit a couple of free throws to put Duke in front in this spurt, did hit a 3. Comes away with the rebound. Barrett left open, and Duke is on a roll. And Michigan State has its biggest tournament deficit, just being down 6 to Bradley in the opening round.
And Jim, I don't think they play well all tournament, but forget about it right now. They are on a roll. Mike complained, no poise. They paid attention. An amazing guy on the sideline. Pretty good nylon from deep. West Point grad. Salute this team.
In this tournament, Texas Tech, Virginia, Auburn, all set now for Minneapolis and the Final Four. 2 going for their maiden voyage to a Final Four in Minneapolis, it'll be. And Virginia, first time since 1984. Here, Duke's on a 21-5 tear, including 12 unanswered. Blue Devils had 9 points in the first 8.5 minutes, but it put up 21 now since that time.
Just great defense, too. Really not too many options. Michigan State not moving the basketball. Great coverage on the ball screen. Look at this kid, though.
And a good look at it. Delorier able to hold on as Tillman was trying to snag it away. So 12-0 stretch, looking to add to it.
Winston's really had some great opportunity. Look at this great front of the low box and another foul, I believe. Second one.
It is on Williamson, number 2.
Looks like R.J. Barrett, right read, just got to throw it a little bit higher. Great effort by Goins, and you're right, Williamson called for that foul. Williamson had position, just the ball not high enough, but give credit to Goins for playing great defense there. And now Williamson has to sit.
Looked like an edge rusher that could be a first-round pick for the NFL draft in about a month. Want to go that way.
Some of them aren't as big as that. Or quick.
Michigan State scoreless now for nearly 4 minutes of action.
This defense is just suffocating.
Winston's got these shots, though, hasn't finished them.
Got that one, though.
He's going to keep going to the well. He's got good opportunities. He's been upsetting himself. He normally with that floater knocks it down.
And he's missed a few, but right here, as you said, getting to the baskets, drawing the contact, and most importantly, just seeing the ball go through the basket, getting to the free throw line, calming down, getting yourself ready. They need Cassius Winston at his best. 3 for 10 right now.
And Jim, how about Michigan State or Stanford or Harvard, by the way?
Yeah, those were the schools that really his list came down to. Stanford, Harvard, Michigan, or Michigan State. He's a great young man.
They were my safe schools.
Delorier, by the way, picked up his second foul. He's still on the floor.
More perimeter right now, although Barrett is a good post-up guy.
Here's White. 3, in and out. Second time in this game, Coach K has put Zion on the bench. Henry chased it down, got it outside. Goins. He's had chances in this game. Now 1 for 5, including 0 for 3 from 3.
They are really getting back, making sure McQuaid doesn't bite them.
And with Williamson out, this is Barrett time right now.
It's Reddish. Tapped around and tapped over smartly by Goins.
I'd like Duke to run some stuff. Get the ball side to side a little bit. They can get good shots.
Winston has a mismatch here, either on Jack White or inside with Trey Jones, but he takes advantage, and that's where he's so crafty.
He is unbelievable.
The way he's able to contort, turn things around, maneuver his body like that to get an open shot.
Pretty impressive.
Points scored by Michigan State, specifically Cassius Winston. And Zion Williamson does come back in with the 2 fouls.
Mike is one of those guys that will do that. He trusts his players not to get the third. Take advantage of, obviously, the ability. See if he goes in the low box area.
Jones, who's had a quiet offensive night after his best night coming on Friday.
Once again, just a little out of sync. Well, at least they go side to side here.
Barrett. Oh, and it's called a double dribble.
Well, he was looking to bounce it to Williamson.
Tracy, over to you.
Jim, Tom Izzo continues to challenge Cassius Winston in those huddles to set the tone for his team. He also wants to see more energy from Tillman, wants him to be more active on the glass like you saw in the first 4 minutes. He finished up that huddle and said, we're making a run right here, let's go.
Watch for, nice denial. Look at Jones' speed, too.
Last touch by Jones. Not a change of possession, so the shot clock stays at 18.
And against Duke, you just can't casually throw the ball out there like Henry did. You have to make crisp passes. You have to meet the passes as well. And Trey Jones, one of the best defenders there, almost with a steal.
McQuaid on the offensive end. Now, Reddish once in a while disappears looking to help out. He's got to stay connected.
Tillman, top of the key, got to 3, down to 2.
And that was made because Cassius Winston attacked the double team, drew out Bolden, left a wide open Tillman, who's improved with his 3-point shooting.
And it is a 7-0 run for the Spartans.
I like this with the 2 fouls. I like him going to the rim.
Off the floor with it. Bolden, hard work, doesn't pay off. Winston. That ties it at 30.
He does a great job separating within the legal limits, too. The push, squared up and knocks it down.
After a 12-0 run by Duke, Michigan State responds with a 9-0 run of its own.
They got a small change foul now.
And what happens is that everybody runs the floor as Winston just gets to his spot, mid-range, pulls up. But as the guards are running the wings and the bigs are rim running, it gives space for him to operate, and he is one of the best in transition getting it done. Catches Winston.
After the first foul on Aaron Henry, 15th foul on Michigan State. Inside 2 minutes of the first half.
Use the big guy.
This is their 2 set.
Yeah, I like this little turn, curl.
You got to go inside, I believe.
He's got to lock his guy a little bit, and they got to stay on his side.
Jones. Pulled away by Tillman. Izzo told him to step up in that last break. He's hit a 3, got a rebound there. Now dishes it to McQuaid.
Nice recovery, but oh boy, is he quick.
Tillman. Will he challenge Reddish? Spins around him. Goes inside, banks it up too hard. And it's Reddish off the floor.
See if they help now.
Barrett has it stolen. 2 on 2. Winston gets the trailer. Tillman lays it in for the lead.
Biggs running the floor.
But how about Cassius?
He's a wizard.
Slowing down, giving Tillman a chance to get into play and making the right read for the finish. He can play.
He can. He's smart as can be.
Final 30 seconds of a good first half. Zion has it stolen.
Once again, Cassius Winston steals, making the right read, imploring his team, getting his team to play good basketball. Now chance to close out the half.
I'd trap this one with him.
I would too.
Here he goes, driving in, and hits the shot.
Oh, look at this on the
Duke
inbound.
throws it away, and Michigan State will have a chance to add to this run.
Take Williamson out, not for the mistake, but just in case he gets a foul. This is a little out of sync at times, beginning of the half and of late. But Winston, just marvelous. His ability and sneaky strength, too, to ward off and finish, control it.
You also knew Zion Williamson had 2 fouls, couldn't contest on that play.
He also has 4 turnovers in the game. Okay, 1.7 seconds. Can they get a good look at it? Hold on a minute. There's a clock error. There was a horn going off on the inbounds. And they're going to go figure this out and send the teams to the benches for a moment.
It gives Michigan State a chance. Yeah, exactly. Set up a new play. There's plenty of chance to get a handoff. They were running Winston on a follow from out of bounds.
How about the 2 swings? From the 12-point run by Duke, now 13-point run. Active.
Pretty amazing.
The clock, I think the ball went through the basket. The clock kept running. Might put some more time up there on the shot on the clock.
They've added a half a second.
There's a chance now to follow it and put it on the deck as well. Winston's not taking it out, though.
Going to be Henry to inbound it.
This will be McQuaid trying to get him a corner jumper or a lob to the rim.
Watch some misdirection for Goins.
Goins gets the 3 off. He thought he had it.
Good look.
Duke led by 9 at 30-21 with 4.5 to go. And then the Spartans close 13-0 coming up. AT&T at the half. Greg, Clark, Kenny, Charles. First half analysis, and they'll show you how Auburn became the latest team to punch a ticket to this year's Final Four. AT&T at the half. Tracy, over to you.
Thanks a lot, and Coach, a 13-0 run there to end the half. What's the biggest thing you would attribute that to?
Well, I thought the resilience of our team. We're down 30-21. There was no panic. I was disappointed in our shot selection. We seemed to be just dribbling. But our defense picked up. We kind of gapped it. We got a couple of steals. We got a couple of breakaways. But we took some bad shots. We got a lot better. We can get two.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Michigan State 34, Duke 30. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. It's been a beautiful weekend in our nation's capital with the cherry blossoms of spring. And here, Michigan State in the East Regional Final leads 34-30 at halftime. Duke did not score the last 5:22 of the first half. 9 straight empty trips.
And a lot of that, Jim, was because of the play of Cassius Winston. He virtually took over. Tom Izzo needed more from him, and he delivered. This was the play that got him going on the offensive end and his team, and defensively getting steals, and of course having the patience, the understanding, seeing the play before it develops, and delivering to an open teammate. Winston taking over.
Now we saw Zion do some good things and then struggle a bit, particularly with turnovers here. Sort of a silly foul, one later, but around the rim, which is where I think he should loom and be powerful, but he could have dropped step with a counter and done a better job. Maybe he'll get some more touches low.
Well, you saw him turn it over there. He had 4 in the first half. Barrett had 4. So the 2 freshmen with 8 turnovers. Michigan State only 2 as a team. And our Buick first half stats you saw. Let's go over to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. And those turnovers, that's specifically what Mike Krzyzewski talked about in the locker room. He said to me, it's hard to recognize, but our guys are young, and they played that way. They didn't show any poise out there. Our 2 best players having 8 turnovers. He said he thinks they just want it so badly, they were rushing it. He said he spent the whole entire halftime just saying, let's be us. We'll see if they can get back to that, Jim.
All right, Tracy, who wants to lead anyway? Look what's happened so far in the regional
what a
finals.
great
As Michigan State gets it inside for the dunk to Henry. I don't know if you saw that, guys, but the team that led at halftime, the first 3 regional finals, all lost.
It's a curl play, getting some inside touches. Tough shot, though. But what a great play out of the gate.
How about a 3? Winston. Quick trip pulled away by Delorier.
Great balance defensively.
Delorier way outside. Tapped around, picked up by Williamson off the floor.
So I just think he carves out so much area. Anything he can own at the rim.
So the 11th time down the floor, they finally score a field goal drought that went 6:07 back to the first half.
Weave with a ball screen. Not really a low post game right now without Ward on the floor. Nice cold block.
Back in, Tillman, and a foul.
Did you see that recovery right there? I thought Goins had an easy lane to the basket, but Zion Williamson out of nowhere coming out and blocking that shot. But
see him have to duck so he doesn't hit his head on the backboard. Watch this. Watch this.
Grant can relate to that.
Look at that.
Thank God they have a sponge there.
So Tillman hoping to change fortunes at the line for Michigan State. Now 0 for 4 as a team. By the way, a tradition unlike any other is coming up. The Masters on CBS, April 11th through the 14th. But this year, for the first time, the Augusta National Women's Amateur debuts next weekend.
Like to see Zion with that energy at this end as well. They've been going with these low bumps. I think it's pretty effective. Little fade screens, cross screen. Gotta bring it down to him. Bring it down. Nice defense.
Stays at this end.
Reddish is lucky. I thought McQuaid was able to draw a charge on that play, but you're right. Just stay patient. Zion Williamson was coming baseline. Give him a chance to post up and go to work.
Jones has been unable to get into the lane either. Kind of sink a little bit on their timing on ball reversal.
Jones.
Look at this kid.
Followed up short.
Look at him body.
Followed up again. by Zion and a foul.
So forceful, mentally tough. He just imposes his will, and obviously 280 pounds too. Go up, strong, big fella. Woo. Relentless.
Just a wrecking ball inside, and it's the second foul on Tillman.
Impressive.
You don't see Michigan State get out wrestled, do you?
No, never.
Be careful there. That's one of those he's got to be careful of. Here's the man, great decision maker.
And a mismatch inside.
Nice pass.
Tillman flushes it at this end.
And that's where Henry has improved his decision making, facilitating right there, setting up his teammate for the open dunk.
Right back they go.
You know what Mike told him?
Another whistle.
I don't know how you defend that.
I know. You know, Mike told him, let's get down to business, get it inside. But anytime you dribble into that lane, you step up to counter, big time hammer, and down this end, say goodnight. Whew. Get a note from mommy.
2 straight times, though, at this end of the floor, Tillman picks up a foul. That gives him 3 overall, and Ward's going to come in for him after the first free throw.
You might have to double team him when he catches the ball that low in the lane.
One of 2.
He's not getting that ball up high enough, you notice?
Too flat.
Yeah.
Tough pass. Caught by Henry. Finds him wide open underneath Goins.
And that's the running of the floor.
A little miscommunication by Bolden and Williamson. Michigan State so good at that rim running with their bigs. Brought in Ward to try to use some of that size on the interior against Williamson.
They force him out now. See if they can force him to the middle and help.
He'll take the 3 instead.
He shoots
Circles
threes.
the rim and goes.
He shoots the 3 better than the free throw
does.
right now.
True.
Gets it up in the air.
15 to lead Duke.
Lenny Whitnall, good look, right idea, but big hands. Barrett. Williamson wants one outside. Get inside there. Nice ISO here. Look at the speed.
Oh, boy. He's doing that against a very strong, big guy in Nick Ward, just moving him out of the way and finishing. Wow.
Zion with all 10 Duke points in this half. That last trip down the floor, the Spartans' first turnover in 14 minutes.
Jones doing a nice job keeping Winston out of the game.
Henry just flings it toward the hoop. He's slow to get back. Jones runs baseline, goes to the other side, and puts Duke on top.
Well, you don't close out like that. Tempt him to shoot it. Nice empty.
Ward answers back.
He always gets back to that left hand, but his presence and his involvement so important. Easy baskets down there in that interior for the Spartans. That big body, he gets down the court.
Both of the big guys should get underneath. There's the settle again, though. See? Oh.
Owens a little dazed.
A bounce. He does have a counter. He likes that shoulder. I thought he may have walked.
Oh, he missed a short shot.
Got a good look.
Williamson now with a double-double. With 17 and 10, and Barrett will head to the line after the under 16. Let's take a look at the double take replay presented by Orange Vanilla Coke.
And I love right here isolating him at the elbow, using his speed and quickness to get by the bigger Ward. Great move, great touch, and then on defensive end right here, just his presence alone, Ward missed that shot, but his intensity, his fire, his energy, his team right now is feeding off his play.
Looks like you last night when we made you pay the bill.
We mean just last night. That's every night with you.
Don't break your habit. But it is amazing. He does so many good things.
Tracy, over to you.
Jim, Tom Izzo had only seen Zion on tape before catching a glimpse of him here on Friday, and he told us his first thought is just how imposing of a figure he is, his size, his length, but also how quick that first step is. He said he's not Superman. He's close. Asked how you defend him, he said maybe he'll borrow Khalil Mack from the Bears.
Well, there you go. There's a good comparison. He has come out a different player in this second half after a not so great by his high standards first half with the 4 turnovers. He's got 7 offensive rebounds, 10 overall.
And I like what Mike's doing now. Williamson not playing Ward. And a little bit of a gamble there by Jones.
This match here, Winston either attacking Bolden or put Ward against Jones.
Ward, yeah. Look at this kid.
Diving in high, and Ward could not get a clean handle on it. I wonder if it was the hand. That's McQuaid who's able to force it away.
A heck of a defender. Big 10, first team, all D.
First turnover of the second half by Duke.
This is a tough match here. Not going to get a shot over Barrett. Just got to contain the bounce.
Henry.
That right hand he can go back to.
So smart, though. Didn't settle for the jump shot against the smaller Jones. Went into the paint and used his length for the easy 2.
Second basket of the night for him. He's got 4 for the game. Barrett looking for a little opening, and he finds it.
Boy, he knows how to really body search, hang a little, and then kiss.
Amazing how he gets to that left hand every time.
Got to jump on it, but they're not.
Got hit in the face, by the way, on the shot that Barrett, he's been grimacing and trying to hang in there.
Forcing that switch with that little bump, and he took advantage. So smart, Tom.
Winston now with 15.
He's really good at reading and analyzing who's on him. Took the left that time. Nice hands.
And Spartans come away with it again. Henry just hit one from 2.
Look at the weak side.
Oh, they missed a short one with Ward. That's 2 easy baskets he should have in this half.
No question. Little stack kind of a look here, Jim. Let's see Williamson duck in when they run that little stack look.
Barrett, he's dangerous in here. And that's Henry with his best rebound. So it was almost. Oh, it's taken away, and they say it's off Henry.
First of all, that was an impressive rebound by Henry, but Williamson's active hands, known for getting steals, able to force the turnover.
Well, I guess he may have got a good call at the end.
I don't know. I couldn't tell from that angle.
Only 4 turnovers now for the game by the Spartans.
Two-man game.
Reddish wants the shot. He buries it.
Well, he has a nice way of just holding off, hesitating, reading the D and knocking it down.
Changes the lead back to the Blue Devils.
Jammed up too close to one another.
Winston, baseline. Thought about tapping it, and all of a sudden, up and over him comes Zion.
Wow.
That was impressive. Serious hops.
His 12th rebound. Now trying the 3 from the corner. Wow, doing it all this half.
It's amazing, you're right. He gets elevation on the jumper, flat on the free throw.
Last 6 to the Blue Devils. 3 by Reddish, a 3 by Williamson.
Barrett really seeing the floor. Gorgeous.
Winston shakes off the defender. Back of the rim.
An open look.
From three. Got it.
The most dangerous offensive rebound. Step in three. Great kick out.
Michigan State needed it. Back to a 1-point Duke lead. Over McQuaid. Reddish, no. And Ward says, I'll take this one.
I'd like to see Reddish on that play attack, maybe off the bounce, get into the paint. Don't settle for that.
Winston gets free again, rattles out.
Those are his shots right there. They're just not falling, but getting to his spots is so important for Michigan State.
The timeout called by the Blue Devils.
And once again, it's been Zion Williamson all second half, showing off his range with the corner three. But of course, the Big Ten Player of the Year, Cassius Winston, can't leave him all alone. Nothing but net. Woo, it's a good one.
How about this rebound?
I mean, just, it was so impressive. Off the vertical, going up just a little bit higher.
He said, I've got 20 more than you. I'm carrying up here, too.
Maybe a lot more higher.
Oh, goodness. What explosion, speed, power.
First freshman since Kenny Anderson.
He's a great athlete, but he also is a great basketball player.
He is.
Instincts, skill, intensity.
First since Kenny back in 1990 to have 4 consecutive 20-point games in the tournament as a freshman.
Hey, Kenny Anderson.
Took that Georgia Tech team to Denver in the Final Four that year. And this time they're unable to get it into Zion.
Not a good entry, though. Telegraphed, not a good angle. And great denial on the box.
Tillman back on the floor. He sat for a while with the 3 fouls.
Nice
There
slip.
he is. He's putting that one down.
Both coaches, great call out of the timeout. They just didn't execute on Duke's end, but that time, ball screen and right away, dive to that tip.
You said it best. 2 of the best coaches the college basketball game ever seen, and they're doing a fantastic job with their team tonight.
Same play at this end.
Laurier just lays it in.
It's almost like a chess game. All right, I got the next move.
Bunch of switches. Now Goins.
Laurier with a really good job, but a long way to go.
7 to shoot. Winston has it rejected by DeLaurier. Zion's running ahead. Now backs off. Barrett shot. No, DeLaurier follow up. 2 more. He's having a big game.
What a job he's done on both ends of the floor. Impactful.
8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks.
Nice screen.
Here goes Tillman. Back outside to Henry. Goins steps over, shoots it, hits it. That ties it at 56.
And that was his toughest three-point attempt here tonight.
That's not his kind of shot, really.
Not at
He's got
all.
to step into it.
Missed his previous 5 three-pointers, but hit that one. That was a tough one.
Barrett cradles, shoots, blocked.
Look at these
Hit by
hands.
Tillman. Up to Winston.
Big plays they're making.
McQuaid loves the shot on the wing. Fakes it though. Drives in. Oh, look! Yes! With his back to the basket.
Where is Paul Westphal? Not a 360. What an adjustment.
He surprised himself.
Oh, that
He was home for a foul, I think. There you go. Get out of the way.
Zion. No call. Rebound out to Henry. A spurt here by the Spartans. Henry dishing underneath. Tillman misses it with Zion right on him. He felt his presence.
He's got to go up to try to dunk that.
What a reaction with that guy around. Duke looks a little winded right now. Go to the rim or an inside touch when you're a little tired.
Zion, 3.
That's a settle.
And it's going back to Michigan State.
Fatigue.
With a break in the action. How did this happen?
That is unbelievable. HORSE and you're out. Big time. That's knowing where you are. From Texas back to Michigan. A little kiss. Michael Jordan in the house.
Jordan-esque.
Hey.
For parents of boys and girls ages 7 to 15 of all skill levels, visit drivechipandputt.com to find a local qualifier near you and to register. Winners and a parent will advance to the 2020 National Finals at Augusta National. Yeah, when that Masters music gets played, the entire tournament.
Everybody wonders what he's doing.
Yes, the music, your voice.
I didn't like the grip at all, Jim.
You like the grip? I'm working on my leg right there, you know?
A little strong. Okay, Michigan State to inbound with 7:23 to go. This entire second half has been played within a 10-point window. Duke with a big lead of the second half of 4. Michigan State 6 at one time. We've had 10 lead changes in this half alone.
Yo-yo, shuffle cut, pin down.
Tillman up and over and no. Again, Williamson influencing that shot.
Big time. Terrific release. After the timeout, generally, they dump it inside either with the dribble or the shape up.
Here's Barrett. Thought about it, but Henry
There he
close.
is.
Here's Williamson over Tillman, who has the 3 fouls, and that knocks it at 58.
He just locks you in. Well, Jones has really done as good a job as you can. A lot of magic, a lot of bag of tricks in Winston. He's tantalizing with the dribble.
He's got Barrett on him.
Nice cut and give.
And the pass a little too high. Too much zip on it, too, for Tillman. And now Duke racing down the floor, looking to regain the lead. Reddish.
Well, I would run that play again if I were Tom Izzo. A little better pass, as you noted, Jim, would give him a deuce.
Inside 6.
Screen, another screen. Boy, he whacks you around.
Oh, it's blocked by Williamson. Goins comes in and crashes into Delorier.
Boy, when he is fresh, that little timeout that they had, that break, this big body needs a little oxygen. You talked about speed, Graham. How about that reaction? Big time save.
Watch every game live on your phone, tablet, computer, or favorite streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. And watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today. 3 tickets are punched. Texas Tech, they're in love in Lubbock with their Red Raiders. Are going for the first time. And Tony Bennett, what a remarkable turnaround from the historic loss to the Final Four. They've done it. They're going to the Final Four for the first time since '84. And Okeke, who tore an ACL in the regional semifinal win against North Carolina. He was brilliant in that game, helping Auburn get to that regional final. And then the Tigers able to oust Kentucky in overtime today. So they're a look at the brackets for Minneapolis next week. The Duke-Michigan State winner to take on Texas Tech next Saturday.
I'd love to be on Buddy Holly Boulevard tonight. Down there in Lubbock. Different look, little double high, roll him to the box.
Off the hands of Delorier.
Well, Goins fell down there, might have tripped.
Getting up slowly. As you always know, Jim, it's so much fun meeting these kids. This is a classy kid, too.
Oh, he is. He was on the Final Four team the last time Michigan State went in 2015. He's a 5th-year senior. who has already graduated, pursuing his master's. Just a great young man.
Great attitude, great leadership qualities, and our man next to us thinks he's got a shot at the next level, too. Jones is so pesky.
Winston can't get around Jones. So quick with those feet. Tillman, though, spinning underneath. Delorier has him pinned.
3-second violation.
3-second call against the Spartans.
And that was all because of Zion Williamson. He came from the weak side.
The fear.
Tillman
of the Z.
Twice, 3 times. Wow. Great move, though. Great spin baseline.
You need more than spins with that big guy, don't you?
And Duke needs execution right here on the offensive end.
Barrett. I love that hesitation. Not a good shot when he gets to the line.
He gets to that spot there, going left, and just sort of takes his time, initiates the contact, gets to the free throw line. So smart, Mr. Barrett.
Contact from Henry, his second. So he'll shoot a couple. Barrett's line today, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Stream live sports on BR Live. Watch the UEFA Champions League, NBA League Pass, Alliance of American Football, more live over everything. And Duke takes the lead by 1.
Duke looks a little tired right now. They've got main guys have played a lot of heavy minutes. And have to suck it up here this last 4.5.
Keeping the big guy away from the basket, Zion, I think is really important. If you're going to influence anything, keep him away.
Tillman comes out to try to set a screen. Slide past him, though. Here's Winston gets a soft roll. That was a little awkward looking, like there was something in there.
That looks like he was my age.
It looked like he didn't jump. He just threw the ball up there. So crafty.
The lead change in this half. No, too steep for Williamson. Looked at it officially, thought someone was on him. Tillman, oh yes, snaps it down and 1.
Oh my goodness, and it's all Winston. Help side defense sets that baby up. And Magic enjoying it as he should. Look at this little deft bounce pass in. Bringing it all. Woo.
4th foul on Delorier.
We got a Z and now we got an X. Send it in.
You said it best, though. What a pass there by Winston.
Help on the weak side. They're not getting good angles, Duke, on that post entry.
Gets the free throw to go.
I think Duke has to move the ball from side to side and then get the ball inside to Zion.
Magic loving what he's seeing in this little stretch. 17 points by Tillman to go with 9 rebounds as Reddish tries to flip it underneath, and the basket goes for Delorier.
Delorier stepping up big, 10 points, 8 rebounds, starring in your role. Excuse me, 10 points, 10 rebounds with a double-double.
He's been a big influence.
I love that re-screen at the top.
Look at him helping.
Henry. And, oh, they say that's off Goins. Got him breaking the action at 3:32 to go, and another thriller.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger, the only adventure gear built Ford Tub. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Bud Light, find out what's in your beer. And by Uber Eats, your team made the Final Four. Let's eat.
Just 3.5 to go. 15 fast break points for Michigan State to none for Duke. And here's a look at the Capital One rewarding performance.
And Jim Magic Johnson's in the house tonight, but Cassius Winston is showing a little magic for his team offensively, defensively, his leadership, facilitating, just putting his team on his back, which is what he's done all season. And they're going to need him this last 3:32 to close out against the Blue Devils.
Ball turned over before the break. They said it was last touched by Michigan State.
Does it get the backside? I can't tell. Teddy Goins' hand. It did maybe move this way a little. Tough one. Can't review it.
Denied by Tillman. Great defensive play by Tillman. He's having a big game. Owens almost launched it.
Oh,
Almost lost it. Got it back. Needs help. Gets it out to Winston.
You got a shot clock problem? We're going to check it, I think.
26 seconds on the shot clock.
You know, Michigan State's had a lot of opportunity where they've bunched up.
Yeah, they have looked a little out of sorts on these last few possessions.
Too close to one another.
By the way, that trying to dump it down low to Zion, that was a turnover on Trey Jones, his first in 85 minutes of playing time going back to the second half of the UCF game last Sunday.
It speaks to his ability.
See, watch the shot clock get reset.
Yeah, they're going to change it back.
Maybe they thought a steal maybe occurred with Trey Jones and shot clock error, but
everyone in the building a little nervous and twitchy at this point with a Final Four on the line.
And why not? Nobody's sitting down either.
So they reset the clock to 16, and now Michigan State to inbound.
And Duke really extending their defense a lot more, forcing a wider initiation of the offense.
7th. Pulls up.
Nice play, Jones.
Still got to get a shot off. Going, steps back for a 3. Almost! Rimmed out. 2:50 to go. Duke down 2.
Even that rebound, the speed to the rebound by Williamson is extraordinary. He's got to get a touch. He wants a 3. I'd rather him loading up low.
Little head fake, shut off, back outside. Barrett for the lead.
And that was set up by Zion Williamson. That penetration baseline spin, finding his partner in crime. And the freshmen are stepping up and playing big. Williamson, nice spin.
The overhelp, right, Grant?
R.J. Barrett makes you pay. Duke is staying in this game with the play of their stellar freshman, R.J. Barrett.
Coming out of a Blue Devils timeout, leaving Duke with 1. Arrow belongs to Duke. Only 2 fouls committed this half by Duke. Michigan State, 2:26 to go, trailing by a point. Nervous time for the family of Coach Krzyzewski.
Mickey's been through a ton of these. A little nickel dimer here. Jones just couldn't get him turned.
But again, only the 3rd team foul. And his first. And there's Lupe. Izzo.
I'm not mad at that play. Trey Jones, Duke has a lot of fouls to give, so they can be aggressive, pressuring the basketball because they're not in the bonus.
Wade really hasn't had many touches in the vulnerable area.
Henry, big step, shot off the mark, tipped around, Delorier.
Boy, he has been sound. Now, what do? You get him on an ISO, I think, on the elbow, as you said, below. Don't start him on the block. Maybe let him dribble to it. He's in the attack mode.
Right.
That's
off
when
the glass.
When you're going to identify him on that box, they just don't get it done.
Raph, I don't care where you give him the ball. Just get him the ball.
Last 7 to Duke.
Look at this. This is a load, folks. A little smooch at the end, going to his dominant hand. Big time at a big moment.
Your game reset coming out of a Michigan State timeout. Coach K, if he wins this game, will be taking a team for the 13th time to the Final Four, which would give him the record alone. He shares it with John Wooden, who took 12 UCLA teams to the Final Four. John Wooden, by the way, retired with a championship 44 years ago today. Let's go over to Tracy.
Jim, Mike Krzyzewski's final words to his team in that huddle: no three-point plays, pressure the ball, keep the ball away from them, and get in on them. He reminded them they have 3 fouls to give.
Once Winston gives it up, I would not let him get it, but Jones ISO on him if they can get him to give it up.
There's Winston spinning around Jones.
Pretty.
Lobs it to Tillman, who comes slashing in to put it up and in.
And 3 people converged on Winston, but the presence of mind to find him on the alley-oop. What a great pass and finish.
And into the big guy, let him do the drive again. Got to take the left away. Your Michigan State of both Barrett and this guy.
Michigan State has to form a wall defensively on the penetration of Barrett and Williamson.
Barrett picks it up, off the bar, pulled down by State's Goins with 47 seconds.
High screen and roll action for Michigan State as Tom Izzo calls a timeout. But wow, these 2 teams are leaving it on the line. 1-point game.
Tonight on CBS 60 Minutes, the scientist who believes he can bring back the woolly mammoth, followed by new episodes. God Friended Me, NCIS Los Angeles, Madam Secretary on America's #1 network, CBS. Guys, what's going to happen here?
I think Michigan State offensively, Cassius Winston, high screen and roll, getting to the paint, which he's been effective today, and make a play for himself or his team.
And don't let this guy get it back. If you're Duke, once he gives it up, face guard, and don't overhelp.
Open look, Goins, he hits it!
What a play called by Tom Izzo in that timeout.
Pick and pop some
Downtown.
early onions.
50-year senior puts him up by 2. Duke electing to play it out, even with the timeout. They're going to go.
Look to help.
Zion to Barrett for the lead back, short. Off the floor with it, chased down. What a call this is going to be.
Oh, the other way.
Michigan State has it.
Wow. No, they're going to reverse that.
They're going to have to go look.
Yeah.
2 guys were involved. Last 2 minutes, they got to check it out.
Both guys diving on the floor for the loose ball.
Oh, it does. I think
hit
it is.
McQuaid's right hand.
I think it is.
Sure.
I think it is Duke's
No
ball.
question. Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta love that effort right there, both
Both of them.
Going to be 8.4 seconds to go, and it's going to be Duke basketball.
And this is where you have to make sure there is a touch. I would ISO on that foul line.
I like him at the foul line. So hard to double team Zion Williamson there.
And when he drives, he gets so low. There's an opportunity for an old-fashioned 3-point play.
Guys, Duke, UCF, Duke, Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
And now Duke, Michigan State coming down to the last second.
And of course, at the other end, the ability to make a shot. A little great job here on the kick. A little pin down. How about this? Boy, the rotation, nylon. Whew.
What a play out of that timeout.
Old time, huh?
Remember yesterday visiting with both teams, but in Goins' case, he was talking about the Michigan State way. Coach pushes us and our teammates, we build one another up. He comes out with a smile out of that huddle. They're going to check the clock now. They know this possession's going back to Duke. That's been determined. They're going to see if this needs to be tweaked at all. And they're going to keep it right. We're here now at 8.4.
Both teams getting a free timeout here.
Michigan State does have a foul to give, 5-team fouls. Well, what can happen around the rim this time?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's always been good for Duke around the rim.
That's
no
right.
question about it. Big thing now is checking out. Obviously, if you're Michigan State, you know it's going to come to whoever happens to have the big guy, Williamson. You've got to rake and help out on any dribble drive, and then you're thinking rebound. And offensively, what do you like?
Well, I like Zion Williamson having the ball in his hands. We talked about at the elbow, making a quick move decision, but I think some misdirection to get it to him because they've had trouble getting him the ball. A bunch of turnovers off of doing that.
Officials are coming over to our table.
Based on our rules, they call timeout. They get to put it at the 3
So we're coming out of the Duke timeout, which is going to change the placement of the inbounds pass.
Because of the timeout.
Exactly. And it's the Blue Devils' last timeout.
And that's very important for Duke in that situation. The ball being in the corner is a tough entry pass. Now you have a normal entry pass under the basket.
O'Connell on the floor. Somebody else may beat you in this case. They're trying to get Tom back in his coaching area. They just explained Tom was wondering why the ball isn't taken out in the corner.
Exactly why. Probably mapped up something too for his team.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking the other way. And now, here we go with Jones to inbound. Minneapolis on the line for these two.
Reddish and Barrett now are the key guys, I think.
Goes back to the corner to put it in play. Gets it to Barrett. He's in the paint. He slashes. He shoots. And he'll shoot a couple.
I actually thought the bigs there for Michigan State did a pretty good job of walling him up.
He's about a 66% free throw shooter.
A little contact there.
Yeah, that little left hand, I think, got in there.
Tillman, by the way, collects foul number 4.
You got to be alert now. 2 shot on the second one. You got to squeeze Williamson if you're Michigan State, and watch for his foot speed too.
First one, no.
Now you got to think 5 seconds.
Got to learn from
I'd be tempted. What do you think, to miss this one and like get
This is almost the exact time last night for Virginia down in that game too.
Slap back.
Yep.
Michigan State, you got to think of that UCF game. Block out.
Second one, he tries to miss it, but it drops after the high bounce.
Gotta give it.
And they had a foul to give, so that's only team foul.
Teams don't know it yet, though.
4 on Duke. Which really comes back to hurt the Blue Devils now.
Of course, right here for Michigan State, taking the ball out. You have to come meet the pass.
That's only 14 fouls on Duke.
Duke's front.
Nice screen and go deep. Want somebody go deep.
Somebody go deep for sure on this.
Too many guys down here for Michigan State.
You just can't send them to the line. They just haven't committed any fouls this half. Tillman up ahead. Winston. No one near him. And he's going to come out with it. And Michigan State is headed to Minneapolis. I tell you, Tom Izzo's won so many big games in his career, including a championship. But this has got to be right up there with the biggest of all.
And how about the guy that ended up with the ball that decimated the defense, Cassius Winston. He doesn't punch like the champ, but he can maneuver that body with the best of them.
And Raft on that last play there, give some credit to Tillman with a fantastic ball fake and pass to Winston. But what a great job and great effort this season.
Let's face it, guys. This season's been all about Duke and the freshmen, and most specifically Zion Williamson. And they are going to be denied the chance to win a championship. Duke's going to go out in the regional final for the 2nd straight year.
And how about not going to the basket, too?
That might be the fastest I've seen Winston run all year. Avoiding the foul right there, but it's fitting, as you said. The ball ended up in his hands.
You know, Tom Izzo looked at this team he had. He knew talent-wise it was not anywhere close to many of the teams he's had of the best, but he said, this is the mentally toughest team I've ever had.
And, of course, that shot of Magic and Loopy. And you're right, he doesn't feel it was the best team talent-wise, but maybe mentally just
the toughest, he said, the toughest of all.
And that's what they've talked about forever with that program.
Toughness is because of him. And I think doesn't get a good enough job, or underrated for the job he's done coaching this team this season.
Tracy, over to you.
Thanks a lot, and Coacher. standing here wiping away those tears. Describe what's going into those emotions right now.
Well, it's a dream come true, you know. We know, I mean, talk about a class group. Every one of those coaches and players, classiest group I've ever seen. But we got some warriors here, man. These guys hung in there through a lot of adversity, a couple of big runs. They found a way to win.
For you, I know you wanted so bad to get back to the Final Four, and to do it by beating a Duke team that you've struggled against in the past. What does that mean to you?
1-11 is a struggle? No, that's worse than a struggle, but you know what it is? To be the best, you got to beat the best, and there's no question they're the best. And I'm so proud of these guys and all of our fans. And I'm happy, Trace.
You enjoy it. I'm going to move over to your leader over here in Cassius. Oh my God, I don't even know where we can start. But take us back to that timeout, 43 seconds to go. What was called in that huddle to lead 2 points is 3?
Oh, man. We just, you know, we messed up a couple easy shots down that stretch. Had a lot of chances to win that game. But we came to the last seconds, and, you know, we trusted everybody. Kenny had a big shot. It wasn't designed that way. He had some huge confidence. Step up and knock that shot down, and we won it any other way.
How about the opportunity to go to the Final Four in Minneapolis with this group of guys and your coach?
That's amazing, man. Just all we've been through this year. You know how many times people doubted us, and we get this opportunity, man. It's just amazing.
You deserve it. Congratulations. Go enjoy this. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Just a tremendous effort by Michigan State to knock out the overall #1 seed of the tournament, and now next facing Texas Tech. That'll be the second game on Saturday in the semifinals, Virginia and Auburn in the other one. But guys, the one and done era, which is going to be recalibrated in a couple of years, once again, it's not bringing championships.
You got to respect.
Worked in 12 for Kentucky, 2015 for Duke.
You got to respect age. Kids who've been under the gun for a number of years and reaching back and developing that feel.
These teams that are bonded together, a brotherhood for years. It seems to be working, and it worked for sure today for Michigan State. They take out the decorated freshman class of Duke. For Raft and Grant, Tracy, Jim Nance saying so long from Washington. Tonight on CBS Starts with 60 Minutes. Scott Fredem against the Los Angeles Madam Secretary. We will see you at the Final Four in Minneapolis, and Michigan State will be there.